2 videos in a row. Don't get excited because I don't know if this will happen again. But today is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, and as that is one of the conditions that I have, I thought that I should use my channel to bring awareness to it on this day, May 12th. When I was diagnosed with fibro, I didn't know what it was. I think I had heard the word, but I had no idea what it meant. And I thought it was, I don't know what I even thought it was at the time. My rheumatologist diagnosed me with it after, hearing my symptoms for a long time and doing the tender point check, which for people who don't have fibro or don't really know much about it, there are at least 18. I know that they keep saying 18, but I swear there's more tender points on patients who suffer with fibro. Not all of the patients diagnosed with fibro react to all of them, but I think you have to hit 12 out of the 18 to get a diagnosis of it, and I have all 18. And what there are different points on your body where if pressed, you will scream. To me, it feels like, do you know how ninjas do like the pressure points and like they'll hit a certain point and you'll fall? That's what it feels like. It's really, really painful. And so they're here, your arms, your legs, down your back. So at least 18 of them. And that is how it is diagnosed. I hear that there's blood tests coming out that can diagnose it as well. People have been studying it for a while, and it's finally recognized as a permanent disability in the Canadian healthcare, Canadian government, so that's nice, finally. So that's just some of the little things that go into fibro. There are over 200 symptoms of fibromyalgia. Bowel discomfort. So I have irritable bowel syndrome, and that's a symptom. There's weight gain, fatigue, pain, obviously, insomnia, which we call painsomnia. But so there's being awake because you're in too much pain to sleep, but also insomnia in itself is a symptom. Costochondritis, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's pain in your ribs. It's kind of like an inflammation in your ribs. It feels like you're having a heart attack. It's really painful and scary the first time, and then you figure out what it is. And it's not so scary, but it still hurts. That is another symptom. Irritability, brain fog, all of that. So fibro is nothing to joke about. When I was diagnosed with it, when my rheumatologist told me I had it, I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, oh, it means that you're more severely affected by, touching or whatever than the typical person. And all of a sudden I was just like, does that mean like I can't be hugged? I can't be touched? Like, what does this mean? She's like, no. It just means you're going to be in pain and there's not much they can do for it. So immediately I was put on Lyrica. I had migraines from it. Lyrica is pregabalin, if you know that name instead. I was put on gabapentin, like 300 milligrams 3 times a day. And I gained so much weight and did not find that effective either. Amitriptyline, I'm on more of that. I know that that's a weight gain drug too. They all are. But that's the one that helps me sleep. And I recently doubled it from like 50 to 100 a few months ago. So that is one I'm not willing to go off of because of the fact that I can sleep with it. Not always, but better than before. So those are the 3 main pharmaceuticals that I know about anyway. Oh, Cymbalta, I know, has helped people. I did not react well to Cymbalta, but I know that is one that has been used as well. And I'm not going to put out into the world what works and what doesn't, because everybody's different. Everybody responds differently to different drugs. Some people have begun, different diets or supplements to try and help throughout this, and I have as well. But again, I'm not going to put out what I think, because everyone is different, and I don't want to make, change your opinion. I just don't want to sway people in that way, but I am trying to just bring awareness to the condition. So for a long time, people thought that it wasn't real and that it was psychosomatic or a mental illness as opposed to a physical illness. And what I don't get about that is that even if it is in my head, I'm still in pain. So I know it's not. I know it's being researched. I know there are studies, and I know that it's real. But for the people who think that they're, right, or whatever, being like, oh, it's in your head, even if it was, and it's not, but even if it was, I'm still in pain. And I am one of millions of people suffering with this disorder. And even if it was in our head, we are in pain. We are living in pain 100% of the time. And this is pain that I can feel everywhere and affects every part of my life. And then it comes in flares. So if you live every day like at a 5 or 6, a flare is just, it's 10 or beyond. When you have more conditions than fibro, it spurs it all. So I have really bad back problems that I talked about, my spine. So if my spine is in more pain for a day or whatever, then that flares all my other conditions. So if you have arthritis or Crohn's or endometriosis or any sort of other condition, and you feel worse that day, the fibro will take that and run. They'll be like, oh, you're in pain? Let me show you pain, So it is a real thing. We are in pain, we are suffering, but we have each other. And there is no greater blessing than the people that I have met along the way, the people who are fighting with me every day. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay them for how much they've changed my life. And for my friends and family who have tried for years to understand fibromyalgia, thank you. Because the best thing you can do for somebody with fibro or another invisible or chronic illness is to just believe them. Believe that they're in pain and that they're having a hard time. And dear goodness, if you say, I Googled it, just to know that you're trying to understand it's amazing to have people who believe you and try to get it, because it is confusing. There's so many symptoms, and everybody's different, and yeah, I can be fine one day and then not the next. I can be fine at 9 a.m. and then fall apart by 10. It changes minute to minute, day by day. It's it's no joke. So definitely thank you for trying to understand what we are all still trying to understand. And please help spread awareness. I know that this is pink. It's like fuchsia, but fibromyalgia color is purple. This is it looks kind of pink too, but this is my lipstick that's called Swagger, and it's purple, but kind of looks like pinkish. But I'm a unique presenter now. I think it's been 6 months almost, and that has given me joy. So I'll probably talk more about that some other time, but today it's all about fibro. So thank you for listening and watching, and wear your purple and support those you love. Bye.